Hi dears, welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's me Anna with you here, and today it's a crazy day. I've been literally working non-stop and I did not stop, not even for one single second, which is why I'm still walking while I'm making this video. Let's see if we can sit down somewhere here at the park and just let you know the latest news from Spain and the Benidorm's region, because if not, it's just non-stop ongoing work and we need to do the news for today. What I can say is what we do know so far is that we can sit down right here, that the increasing cases has been there for even the weekend, so everything remains more or less the same. What we do know is that during the weekend we've had 4,485 new cases, and the index also has grown, but only 2 points, slightly even less than 2 points, like 1.86. And it's at the point of 46.3 cases per every 100,000 people, which is not a big number, I know, but comparing to what we used to have, which was like 40 cases, 46 is already a slight growth. Starting from 15th of November, people who had Janssen vaccination here in Spain, which was monodoses, will be receiving a second doses of just like extra, but of other vaccines like Moderna or Pfizer. It will depend on the amount of different vaccines that the health center will have. If they have more Pfizer, it will be this one. If not, it will be the other one. But all these people who had Janssen will be receiving these second doses starting from the 15th of November. What we also see is that Valencian community is this close to abandon low risk, but that is because of Benidorm mostly. It has a huge amount of cases. The growth is just amazing. It's substantial. It's not in a good sense, it's like in a bad sense, but you get what I mean. Because of all the tourism just exploding right now, we have a huge amount of cases, but it was something to expect. Some people were asking me what will be happening if the president of our region will input some measures or not, looking at what the situation is. The answer so far is no. They've said that they won't be putting on some new measures, nothing at all so far, because they know that it's all about tourism, and once it's going to be like slowing itself down a little bit, then we will be able to see that the situation is getting better. Up until then, they will wait. At least these are the words that they are giving us right now. So starting from tomorrow, it's quite probable that Valencian region will be not in a low risk, but already in a medium risk here in Spain. Osbec, which is a company that is in charge of all the hotels here in the area, what they say is they're very, very angry with the government, because the government counts the index from a basic population that lives here. So obviously the amount of cases is huge, but these are not only people who live here, these are tourists, these are people who are coming from Madrid towards their second resident home here. So if there is a small amount of people who are actually always living here, but a huge amount of cases, the index, the proportion is just giant, which will not be the same if they will count people who live here actually right now. This number will grow and the index will be smaller as a result. And the index would be approximately of 100 per every 100,000 and not 260 as it is right now. So this is basically what's going on. This is the situation for the day of today. It does not mean that everything is going worse up until the point that there'll be some new restrictions. No. Even more, I will tell, the government is not even thinking so far about new restrictions. There is not a single word anywhere in press or press conferences, nothing at all in newspapers. So everything is calm and quiet just for now. We'll see if that will be the case slightly later on in the future. The next news that I wanted to share with you about is that yesterday has started and will be here up until tomorrow night, the Congress, which is World ATM Congress, and it has a specific area which is designed only for showing drones, no pilot flying things that fly around. There is just a huge amount of them. There's more or less 50, maybe slightly even more, different drones of different sizes and characteristics that will be shown in there. There is even a first drone taxi or taxi drone, how you want to call it, doesn't matter, that will be shown in there and without any kind of pilot. So it's programmed from the outside. You just sit in there and basically you get to any kind of point that you need to. Were also some drones that were for the medical assistance, for packages delivery and things like this, or drones for police officers as well, specific ones that they use to monitor the situation in traffic and etc. Some medicalized ones which would be able to bring unnecessary things when you're doing some rescues in the mountains and stuff like this, or in the sea, for example. So it's something very, very good and a positive thing, which will be there up until tomorrow only. But a lot of people will be there visiting this place, and you can get a ticket if you will be here in Spain. The next thing about drones is how you can actually have them. Like, a lot of people, they're not specialists, they're not like experienced pilots. A lot of people have drones just to have some fun and get some nice pictures, some nice images and etc. So actually here in Spain, the law, which was very interesting for me because I thought it wasn't the case, I was very surprised about the law. They say that all drones, the person who has it, they need to be labeled both on the remote control and on the drone itself, and it has to be a label that does not burn in fire. It's something just in case it will get lost, so that those who will find it would know whose this drone is basically. And also that this person needs to have at least the lowest level of experience. So this person has to be registered at the specific association, the government association for drone pilots, for like aerial community, you know, it's called AESA. Here in Spain, so you need to be registered. That's free of charge, but then you need to do an exam and at least obtain the level 1. Then you're allowed to have a drone. Those of them who have more than 250 grams needs to have a specific certificate with the exam, and those who are less than 250 just can get a certificate. You are allowed to fly it only when you can see it, so programmed ones that are going like a lot further away than you are, it's not allowed. You need to have specific license for it. If not, you can get like a huge fine, a couple of thousands of euros, and get problems with the police as well. Apart from that, you cannot lift it up more than 120 meters. That's also a thing, because that's like aerial space, like airspace already. And also not to be close to the airport, at least in 8 kilometers. So no airports closer than 8 kilometers are allowed to be there. If not, you're just not allowed to take the drone out and fly it. And also they are not allowed to film in the national parks, like different nature reserves or like zoos and things like this, you know, where there's a lot of wildlife and it's naturally like preserved area. Don't ask me why, I did not make up that rule. It's how it is on the internet and in the law that is valid for this year. Next year it might change. And also they say that you can actually fly it inside of the city or at the beach area, but only when you're not filming very close to see people, so that they will be able to identify themselves. You cannot fly it over huge groups of people as well, and you are only allowed to fly it like not more than 20 meters high, both in town and on the beach area. It's better that you would register each time that you do something with a drone. You need to register this activity online, and then there's no problem. If you don't, there might be people that would call the police, and then that's an issue. So this is basically how drones work here. It's something very, very popular. A lot of people have them, especially those who are doing like YouTube, social media and stuff. I will be buying one myself very, very soon, probably next year, for you to show all the beauty of Benidorm beach area and etc. And definitely I will register myself, just in case. You never know what might happen. Also, for a lot of people, they ask to get a civil insurance, which is basically something that put on you, the insurance, just in case something happens with you with drone, or if the drone will affect some other people. So it's a very good thing to get an insurance, but the majority of people here don't have it. So that you know, if you want, you can visit the drones convention up until 28. It is made, let me check, in Madrid up until tomorrow. And apart from that, these things are very popular and are getting into our lives to stay here for a long time. So it's better to get used to them sooner than later. By the way, even NASA and Airbus have their drone presentations in the Fair of Madrid. And the last news is a very interesting one that I've spotted yesterday at night, and today in the morning it was also in some more social medias and newspapers. It's basically that in Valladolid there is like a congress. It's the first ever congress here in Spain that is for the cinema and like all this type of like filming industry. There are coming a lot of people from European Union, from especially UK and United States to this fair, to this congress. What they will be doing, they will be visiting afterwards Benidorm. By the way, this week they are actually already visiting Benidorm. There's going to be a lot of fam trips, and you might see a lot of people on the beach with a lot of cameras or somewhere around the town, so that you know this is what's going on. They are looking for perfect places to film movies and series here in Benidorm. We don't know if it's going to be something like Benidorm series. You know, in UK they've had a series about here Benidorm. They were filming in a dynastic hotel as well, and in Morgan's Tavern, if I'm not wrong. So companies like this, they are looking very, very close towards Benidorm to make their next movie or a series. So probably this is what will be happening. They are checking the best areas right now, and maybe shortly we'll see a lot of cameras here in our lovely, lovely town. And what about the Spanish weather? Well, the weather is very nice, very warm. I'm here on the sunshine in the park, and it's actually very warm. I would say it's even like 24, 25 degrees right now in the sun, and it's like 4 p.m. barely. So this kind of weather will be here a few more days up until the end of the week, and mostly in all areas here in the country you'll see this type of weather. Only at some points it's going to be raining or slightly cloudy. They say here in our area it will also be raining or it will be very cloudy, but as you can see, there is a blue sky with just some teeny clouds right there behind me at the mountains. But the beach is very, very sunny, nice and warm. They say that tomorrow there's going to be rain in Catalonia and in north parts of Spain, but the rest will be very, very nice and comfy autumn weather. Even though it's already almost November, but the weather is still just perfect and reminds us of summer. The temperatures are still very nice, very cozy, and they will be approximately the same during these days. And on weekend, on the 1st of November, when we'll have from 31st to 1st, what we do is we change the hour. Here in Spain and a lot of other countries, we change the hour. And also there is Halloween official celebration. So on this day, we might expect on 1st of November up until 32 degrees here in Benidorm, which is just true summer. It's strange weather. It usually does not happen like this, but 32 degrees in November, they're more than welcome. Today we will have in Alicante 23 degrees, in Barcelona 21, Granada 24, Malaga 23, Sevilla 27, Madrid 19 degrees, Murcia 24, Balearic Islands and Canarian ones 23, 24 more or less, and Valencia 22 degrees today. These are the news that I wanted to share with you so much during the day of today. I know it's not the best location, but at least we are in a lovely park below the olive trees here in Benidorm, which is also very, very nice. I wish you a pleasant and positive day of today, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video from our lovely Benidorm's area. Bye everyone.